Taxation, global warming, the Iraq war.
Interest rates because I've just bought my flat.
Street crime, especially gun crime.
Some people get paid so much money for doing just nothing, like footballers. They play football and they get millions of pounds for doing it, and then you've got people like nurses and carers out there that are literally wiping up feces every single day and getting paid next to nothing for it.
As a vegetarian, I have to say that intensive farming and the way that animals are treated generally in the farming industry is an issue that's really on my mind.
Recycle quite a bit. Yeah. Turning lights off in the night and electricity.
Not a lot, to be honest. I'm very lazy.
I try not to go on holiday too much I try not to fly places too much, but...
I always wash on 30 degrees.
I think there's a lot of information out there. If someone wants to really find out any information, I don't think it's a problem. Again, you've got the internet, you've got clinics, you've got loads of places to find out stuff.
I think there's a lot, but I think people are forgetting about other sexually transmitted diseases and not mitigating against them with condoms and other forms of contraceptive. And I think people have kind of forgotten about it. It's an issue that's gone quiet.
A lot of the focus on HIV is what's going on in other countries and not so much here, that it's more of a death thing there and it's kind of, like you say, a silent killer here.
I don't think people are well informed at all about it. I don't think they know anything in detail. I think they're very aware of it as an umbrella thing, but I think everyone thinks they're safe. And I don't think enough people realise how many people have it and are at risk.
As a British person, it's probably quite undervalued by people here because it's something we're used to. We're not used to being told we can't do this, we can't do that. You only really notice it if you go to another country where they have less freedom of speech and human rights.
To be honest, I've never thought about it because I have the right to freedom of speech in this country, so I've never really thought about it.
There are so many young people here and they just really take it for granted.
I've been to places where they don't have a right to say certain things, so to be honest, again, it's not something I've thought about, but it is, and I'm glad to be in this country with it.
I try not to think about it too much because it's a slightly terrifying concept, I think.
Definitely the elderly, especially if they don't have a partner and they're by themselves and living in sheltered housing and stuff.
Single parent families, those sort of people, they're all homeless obviously as well.
People who are very depressed and sort of get forgotten by society, people who don't have families and loved ones.
The elderly and anyone who's on their own.
Animals in general as well, because a dog's for life, not just for Christmas.
It's very important. It's a very useful tool. Some people abuse it and some people don't use it enough. And a lot of people should really take the time to get on there and have a look.
It's mainly for younger people, in my opinion. I'm not too sure how important it is for the 40 and up, but definitely for the younger generation. It's a huge factor in their lives now.
There are so many different internet sites that you can go on, like networking, for example. It's just made the world a really, really small place now.
Spread the message quite quickly.
Well, this year it's important. I think next year you'll see even bigger growth with internet figures, and I think it'll be the main place to find out information.
Things like social networking sites will, I think, grow to be a great tool for sort of tackling those big global issues and get sort of politicians to listen up to what everybody else has got to say.